Yeah, I mean, it starts with me. I have to do a better job of having the team ready to play week in and week out, and I'll evaluate that. But I just didn't feel like we had the right look in our eye from the opening, from the time we ran out for the game, and that's on me. But big plays, got away, big plays, and uncharacteristic, big plays to give up that many. So we'll watch the tape and see exactly what the breakdowns were. But they made the plays consistently. We didn't. We in all three phases we gave away some snaps. And then ultimately, it got to a point to where you're in such a deficit. It's hard to come back from that.
Mike,
Tony, after not playing this game last year, this is the first time you and Brent kind of go head to head. It felt like a reset on the rivalry. Are you worried that this one becomes bigger than just one game, and how do you manage against that?
No, not at all. I mean, if it's a rivalry, you throw the records out. Right, every game is its own individual game, and I got to tip my hat to Brent. They did a heck of a job today. They were ready to play. They took it to us early on. I didn't have my guys ready to play, but I'm not going to make this bigger than what it is. This is one game. We're going to learn from it, and we're going to get better this off season. And then we got to wait, unfortunately, for 365 days to get another shot. But I'm not. That's not how I view it. That's not how I think. Right now, I have to, in that locker room and in the program, change the mentality and mindset when it comes to viewing the rivalry. And in this off season, I'll spend time, figuring out the right way to articulate that to everybody in the building. But I think more importantly, what we're learning as a program is, we got to have, the right mindset week in and week out. Where we're always chasing our best game. It doesn't matter how well you played the week before or how bad you played the week before. You're always chasing your best game. And I felt like just overall, we thought some plays were going to carry over from last week. And touchdowns don't carry over, blocks don't carry over, tackles don't carry over, and you got to go earn it every single week.
Craig, then AP.
You guys have talked a lot about last week and building some momentum going into the offseason.
Yep.
Back-to-back wins could provide you
Yep.
that. Does a lopsided loss halt that momentum, or did you guys make enough progress during the year where you can take something into the offseason?
I don't think so. I think obviously in the state we got some work to do to begin with. I think in state, guys may look at the score, but when you look in totality, the progress that we made as a program, I'm very proud of all those guys in that locker room and the coaching staff. Man, I love that group of seniors. I mean, it's a special group, and I know there's no moral victories, but what that group did and what they went through, right? The adversity that they faced day in and day out, and there were several weeks throughout the course of the season that there was things outside of the normal preparation process that they had to deal with. And I'm very, very proud of that group, and very, very proud to be their coach. And as I said, man, I told them this has been, one of my funnest years in coaching because I got to be around that group of individuals that showed up every single day and gave what they had.
There were a lot on special teams
Yeah.
over the course of the season, and
Yeah.
obviously 2 more today. How do you clean that up?
Yep. So we gotta work hard this off season in building the right muscle memory and movement patterns for our guys through some of the skill development that we invest in. We got to develop our depth. We got to be able to have more guys contribute. And if we're not able to develop the depth, then our best players got to play on special teams. And where you want to have a football team where you got guys that may be a backup, but are a starter on special teams. That's where we got to get better. We got to develop that depth.
Was that second kickoff supposed to be a short one?
Nah, it wasn't. We mishit it. You know, one thing on kickoff, we got to do a better job with our ball placement. Punt wise, we got to do a better job with protection, and also with our placement of the ball. We got two guys there. We got to down the football. You know, we got to strain a little harder and get the ball carrier on the ground. And that was the only disappointing thing for me is DNA wise, I didn't feel like it was Virginia football today. I didn't quite feel like we played with the effort, the tenacity, and the toughness. I can live with mistakes, but I just didn't feel like DNA wise, just the things that we hang our hat on. We didn't do a great job coaching that or performing.
AP.
Yeah, going off of that, Tech has owned this rivalry for so many years now, and as you said that, do you think some of it is mindset coming into this rivalry?
You know, I can't speak for the past. I know what my mindset is in a rivalry. I know the rivalry that I played in and coached in for a very, very long time. I know that there's a certain way you got to play the game, right? There's a certain level of focus, intensity that you have to have. There's a great balance between just trying to play with emotion. As I told the guys coming in, I said, look, emotion's not going to win this game. Our plan to win. We got to outscore the opponent, right? We got to be the more disciplined team. We got to be special on special teams. We got to win third down. We got to win the red zone. We got to win the turnover battle, right? Our plan to win is what wins, you know, these games. And we did not hit our plan to win, and ultimately we're on the wrong side of the win-loss column. But I think overall we have to do a better job of making sure that we see ourselves in the right perspective when it comes to the rivalry, and I'll figure it out. I gotta wait for a while, but I'll figure it out, but we gotta attack the off season, just like we would had we won this game.
Mike?
One of the bright spots of this season has been Malik Washington. Talk just a little bit about his
Yeah.
impact.
Man, for the guy to come in here as a transfer, and now he's in some esteemed company. Now he's one of 6 players in ACC history to go over 100 catches in a season. That's pretty special. But also speaks to his durability, his availability, the way that he prepares. He's a fierce competitor. He continues to find ways to push himself to get better. So it's been awesome to watch him perform, and I'm just really grateful that he believed in Coach Kitch, myself, and this offense to come in and show what can be done with this within this program.
After the last game, Anthony Calandria gave us a quote, pretty confident. One, did you say anything to him about that? Were you okay with that?
Yeah.
Did you like his mindset?
No, I told him you can't do that, right? You can't do that. You got to be smarter. And I think Jonas made a comment too. They got to be smarter. They got caught up in the emotions of a victory and didn't quite. Now I want them to be confident, right? I want them to believe. I mean, in order to win, you got to believe you can win. But what you can't do is you can't say those things, right? You got to go live those things. You got to go do it every single day. You got to work at it. So yeah, there was a conversation about it. Young guys learning. I think right after he said it, he realized that he shouldn't have. But I'm not going to say that that's the reason why the game went the way that it went. I'm not going to put that on Calandria. Right, it was a complete team effort from coaches, staff to the guys in the locker room.
How much of a factor were the sacks? Your guys got sacked 6 times.
Yeah.
And did not sack.
Yeah, that's been a challenge for us this season. Is for us to get to the quarterback. This offseason we got to go to work and find some ways to improve the technique of our guys so that we can help them get to the quarterback a little bit better. And then we gotta we got to look at every aspect of what we're doing from a protection standpoint. And sometimes you're going to get beat one-on-one. That's football, and you're going to lose a one-on-one matchup every now and again. But we got to find ways to make sure that we're putting our guys in the best position because, I don't care who your quarterback is. It's going to be very, very hard for him to have a successful career if he's getting hit too much.
Take a last question from Greg.
As your offseason gets set to start, what are the biggest areas of need portal-wise, and how fast and furious is it going to go?
Yeah, so it's going to start. I mean, this is crazy where we're at in college football. The next 4 days is going to be a lot of one-on-one meetings. Unfortunately, you're dealing with college kids, and now we're going to start talking about the portal, free agency, all of that, and it's going to be some tough conversations. And first we got to figure out retention-wise. Who are the guys that we need to make sure that we retain on the roster, and then look for opportunities to improve the roster, and it's going to happen fast. The portal technically is not open, but it's on and popping, as the young people say. There's a lot of action going on in the portal already. There's going to be more to come, and it's just going to be a mad dash. The thing for us is we got to continue to figure out and find the right guys, right? But then we also got to make sure if we do go to the portal to supplement the roster, we get the length, the speed, the athleticism that we need at certain spots.